Yo, hey, check this out. This isn't just a podcast, it's family.
Let's go, Kane. The number one podcast in the show.
Yo, what's going on, everybody in Utah? Just want to let you know.
Ain't no me.
There ain't no me.
It ain't no me.
Without you.
Without you, baby.
Without you, baby. Go Canes.
It's you talk, baby.
It's that you talk. You heard me? Veteran in this game, bringing pain to all these amateurs. Been winning for too long, so they had to change the parameters. Any competition, we sweeping them up like janitors. We using the air without the need for nasal cannulas. Looking to the stands, I'll be laying for the cameras. Big wins every single week.
My name is Mr. Magic. If you're looking for a podcast that's real and down to earth, it's all about Utah. There's no me without you, baby. Bust a move.
The people show, this is you talk, yeah, the people show. Coming to you live with Frank and Devin. Go on, tell them what they need to know. This is you talk, yeah, the people show. Look, we gonna tell you what you need to know.
It's you talk, baby.
What you need to know. Hey, it's the people show.
It's you talk, baby.
Yo, Ayo, what's
Good
good, bro? How you doing today? What's happening?
Oh, how I can't wait to get on in this. I woke up feeling dangerous, and it's still going to be fuck ESPN all day, every day. We'll get into it.
Oh yeah. Well, look, before we get into it, y'all know how we start every show. It ain't no us. Without you, baby. Kane Nation, you talk family. What's good? The chat is chatting it up. Shouts out to Mr. Dennis Taylor. Restrepo gets his chance today with Cam. Yes, that's positive. I love that. Good luck to him and the Titans today as they do their thing. Rocky should rename this to Coffee with L&V. Shouts out to L&V up in the chat. Yeah, everybody got their coffee. AO got his. I got mine. I can't do this show on Sunday mornings without it. I got to have it.
We got to get a sponsor for that. We got to get a sponsor for coffee.
We working on something. Hey, Rohan Marley Coffee.
Exactly. There you go.
You know, we got to, we gonna work some magic. Bernard, what's going on? Prediction, we're gonna get into all of that, Mr. Taylor. We got you. We're gonna do a quick recap on the game, give our thoughts. You know how we do. We're gonna open up the phone lines. We're gonna let y'all come through, chat it up. I know y'all got a lot to say. Real quick, I just want to give the quick shout out. Shout out number one goes to the man, the myth, the legend himself, the creator, proprietor of U-Talk and the U-Talk Network, Devin Lloyd, a.k.a. ED. Lord have mercy. I'm trying to go too fast. Not ED. We don't have that problem. D. No E on the front. Just D. Now, the coffee's working. Shouts out to you, D. Thanks for what you do. Second shout out, as always, has to go to the man behind the mechanics, Marquise. Thank you for what you do. Third shout out, as always, has to go to the merchandiser, the one and only Mr. Joseph Bernard. I had a great conversation with him and Kim and the family. They went to the game yesterday, talked to them on the way back from Blacksburg as they were going home. Shouts out to you, brother. Appreciate everything you do. Fourth shout out goes to everybody watching us right now on live and that's going to check us out on the rewatch. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch us. Fifth and final shout out goes to my brother flanked beside me right here every Sunday morning, my brother Ayo, whose cousin is a running back for Virginia Tech.
Supposedly.
James Overton. Check the family tree, bro.
That.
Check the family tree, bro.
I have been surprised before, but I wouldn't doubt it. Like, my family is huge, and I mean, thank the Lord for that. Right? Is got a big family. I've been into almost different states where I've ran into people and found out through family trees of like that's legit family. Like, it's wild. Especially Louisiana was a lot of family down there too.
Cousin, what's happening? We might be related.
There's a lot. I'll show you the kind of the progression tree for it. It's wild.
Yeah. Jesus says, does he get out coached by Pitt? We're going to get into that. We're going to get into all of that. Derek Alford, Fishman. Oh, what's good with it? All right, so let's get it started. We got an hour and a half. Let's get it in here. I want to get as many feedback, comments, everything. We're going to open up the lines in a few, but I'm going to get it started. Ayo, I'm going to toss it over to you, my brother. What's your initial thoughts on what happened yesterday with Virginia Tech?
I just want to start off with saying I really messed up, everyone. I usually have music going during the game. I usually have a whole little system I have going on. The house becomes like a little mini Miami is what I like to call it, right? Very rare do I hear the whack ass commentators. I fucked up yesterday. I fucked up, and I listened to them, and I watched the game upstairs, and oh my God, if people don't believe in propaganda or agendas or hidden meanings behind a lot of things, if they're just like, that doesn't really exist, go watch, because beautifully there is a condensed version of the Miami versus Virginia Tech game. And I don't know, go watch Utah. Same bubble games, right? Same output. Same rhetoric should have been said, right?
Right.
I don't think I heard anything else Louis Riddick said other than Miami has to win by style points. This isn't enough. This doesn't look great.
Yes.
I never heard so much shit being piled on top of what a 2 to 3 score team winning was. It didn't fucking matter. All you heard in that entire game was how we lost to unranked opponents. They didn't tell you really who, right? They didn't really mention them by name, because if you start mentioning it's Louisville and SMU, who should really be probably ranked, and SMU will probably be ranked now going into this next week.
Yes.
The narrative continued, and I get it. I've been very vocal on how the coaching staff lost those 2 games, but I will tell you this: for a common opponent to be there with how much has been divided on this Notre Dame Miami thing, the propaganda has been put in. I don't know if you saw right after the game, ESPN put in a little blurb about the Miami Virginia Tech game, saying Miami survives scare. When the fuck was this game ever a scare?
Yeah, it was never a scare.
And by the way, we were up 2 scores the entire game. There's no definition of that scare. Nothing. But the propaganda is there. And it's all over Twitter right now.
Yeah.
And it's there. And if people, especially Canes fans, we have to start being able to see this shit and start uniting our own front against this. Because in the comments, Miami should, like, from Canes fans, Miami should have won by more scores. Stop saying that. You can think it, but the first thing you should say is, whoa. We won. End the game. End the story. Because that Utah game where they fucking were losing majority of that game, losing, and let a team put up 500 fucking rushing yards on them. They didn't mention style points one time.
Right.
They didn't mention this is a scare. They didn't mention maybe they shouldn't be in here. Maybe they shouldn't be in this discussion anymore. If you're putting up this much against this bullshit team, maybe you shouldn't be in the conversation. But Miami's getting that for allowing a touchdown.
Real quick, check this comment out. Right on cue. Look at what Mr. Overdose says.
Exactly. It is exact same thing. And that's the funny thing is it's the 25-year anniversary of the BCS copping Miami out for almost the same exact scenario, right? Miami loses early. They say you need to have style points for the computer. Miami does. Miami plays the number 1 and number 3 that year. Still doesn't get the nod for a head-to-head. And they blame it on, it was the computers that did that. It's the same bullshit. And people don't believe that there is a hidden hate. And I used to say it was like, it's like a Cowboys and Yankees type shit, right? Where you love them or you hate them. This isn't that way. The MLB doesn't go out of their way to fuck over the Yankees. The NFL doesn't go out of their way to fuck over the Cowboys. Either you love them or you hate them as a fan, but as the system, they don't hate them. The fucking system hates Miami. Like, let's be honest. Like, you're fucking refereeing. Have you ever seen so many terrible calls? And I'm not talking like it was a sketchy 50-50 play, right? I'm talking about I have never seen this. And the commentators every week say the same shit. I've never seen this before. Why does that happen in our games? When have you ever seen a catch that should have been reviewed, not get reviewed. They run the play. They say, oh, you know what? Miami called the timeout. Don't get it. Get the timeout. Had all the time to review it. Let the next fucking play go. Stop it. We should review this. And then they review it. Oh, you know what? Carry on. It was 4th and 1.
Right.
They got 3 fucking tries on 4th and 1.
Right.
I've never seen that before. You didn't. And the funny thing is they showed this like 1990s, movie marathon fucking view of it. But they showed you all prior to that game, all those refs have that little 4K camera on their head.
Yeah.
Why didn't they go to that? You didn't use that one time? Where's your Ultron of the ACC command center? Where the fuck were they at? Like, this is the shit I don't understand, folks, is that it sounds like we're bitching, moaning, and groaning, but Miami fans are one of the smartest fucking fan bases out there.
It's
that
legit.
You watch what all these Miami fans do and go grab and snip and throw right back in people's faces, and then we get called bullshit and called whining, when it's really play us fucking fair up. Play us fair. 90% of our games are won if you play us fair. I don't honestly, and I'll say this, I don't know how that SMU game would go or Louisville game would go, but I guarantee you take those fucking penalty yards away in critical fucking moments and stop our momentum. Maybe we do wake up and maybe we do swing forward. But those games are not called the same. They're not called fair. And it's been more trash with ACC than it was ever before. And the only time you saw the ACC kind of getting more level in the play call is a couple weeks ago when they said, hey, if Miami don't make it in there and we got to pick between Georgia Tech and Virginia, we just might not take an ACC team at all. And then all of a sudden, hey, let's not make those calls. And you saw all these offensive, pre-snap penalties
trickle down. Yeah.
Dropping. Yeah. I ain't seen shit different between our O-line. They haven't done anything new, but all of a sudden, dramatically, one of the worst teams in the fucking NCAA to magically drop down in 3 weeks. Hard to believe. Here's another one. Hard to believe you have a top 10 fucking defensive line. Can we all agree that it's top 10? Elite? Top 10 line?
Yeah. I would say so. Statistically, yeah.
0 holding calls from an opposing offensive line who ranks probably bottom 40 in country nationwide. We haven't had a holding call on offensive line for what, games? With the S? But you're telling me that those lines all of a sudden can magically get no holding call, even though they're going against a Bain, a Mesidor, a Lightfoot, and you continue to stack that talent up. No holding call, even when Reddick, who hates Miami, calls it out in the 4th fucking quarter.
Right.
It's just one of those things, dude. It's added up, and it's going to continue to steer Miami in a nosedive position because you're going to have to beat the refs 3 times, beat your opponent twice. And honestly, I'm glad how the game went, but it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth that Miami can do what it's supposed to do, and we're still sitting here fighting, the same battles we fought 20 fucking years ago against the same prejudices that were probably around for the last 40 fucking years.
Check this out real quick, AO. James says the referee crew last night from Georgia Tech and Pitt was that Italian guy, head ref. His crew will be for the Pitt game against Miami next week. So you know what to expect. You know what to expect next week.
And he was also the referee group for the SMU game.
Yes. So, okay, so this is what I want to say about that. I'm never one to blame and say that the refs should get all of this attention because you don't remember what Jimmy Johnson always said. He preached. You never leave the game in the hands of the refs. Okay. However, anybody that watches football, Miami fan or not, you have to acknowledge the fact that this ACC refereeing all season has been trash, especially in the case of Miami. You're not getting that in these other conferences. The SEC, remember what happened? I think it was Georgia, Alabama. I think that crew got handled after they got exposed.
Auburn. I thought it was
Auburn, Georgia.
Auburn, yeah, because Auburn should have won the game. Georgia should have lost.
Yes. So after that came out, there was a lot of attention and things changed there. But for whatever reason, The ACC has not addressed this situation. Now,
No.
how do you combat bad or questionable referee calls in situations? You do it on the field. You
Right.
just stomp a mud hole in their ass. You don't give them an opportunity.
Right.
Guess what? If you want to call bullshit holding calls on me, call them. But it don't matter if I'm up 28-0.
Right. Well, and
Especially
that's
if
the
the
thing.
defense, if the defense is doing what they do. So at
Right.
the end of the day, that's where I have an issue from the coaching side.
Right.
Listen, Mario, no disrespect. You know you're going to have to fight the officials as well as handle
Correct.
your business to coach this game.
Correct.
So guess
Yeah.
what you need to do, Mario? Whatever you're doing right now, you need to change the game up. You need to go in here and you need to just have the philosophy, look, we got to go out here and take it. It's us against the world. A la the same attitude he had in his playing days. Incorporate that with your team. Go out here and beat the shit out of everybody. And as I
Right.
said before, if they played the game from the Notre Dame game on through yesterday, called it right, opened up the offense and ran the offense like they should have, they would have dominated every opponent from start to finish. They
Right.
would have been number one in the country because when they were number two, guess what?
Right.
When they lost to Louisville at that point and they dropped, when they were number two, if you continue winning and dominating, you're going to leapfrog Ohio State because you're beating the shit out of everybody that you
Right.
play. And right now, you're sitting back here smoking a cigar, waiting to see who your ACC championship game opponent is, and you're waiting to see who you're probably going to get a number one seed in the overall playoffs. So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, when it's all said and done, drop the ball on that. But
I will say though, like,
Yeah.
like you said, right, is to stomp the mud hole, right?
mm-hmm.
And I get it, not to leave it in the ref's hands, but the difference I've seen now is it's not so much of their, well, we're not doing the 50-50 call, right? Like
Right.
the pass interference type deal. I'm talking more of like they have begun to influence the game throughout the entire game, which is something that you really didn't see a ton of, because like you said, I feel like there was more accountability for referees prior, but like
Mm-hmm.
the last 4 years of referees throughout the ACC has just been like, honestly, with the NBA betting ring going on, the scandal, I wouldn't be surprised to see that trickle over into here. Like,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time to me because you have so much bias that like something's either being told to them or it's infused to do certain things. Like,
Right.
it doesn't make sense for some of these calls. Like, but like you said, to get the momentum going, right? Even in that Louisville game, you're trying to get going, penalty, back, penalty. Then you're overcoming some of those drives 2 or 3 times, and that's what lets kind of some of those go. I noticed that they kind of pull some more of that, like, we'll call more of the holding calls or offensive, like, the other side calls at the end of the game, where it really doesn't even fucking matter, but that number gets a little bit more teetered back out. So then if you looked at the box score at the end of the game, you're like, oh, okay, they both had this. But really, Miami's, all their calls were during critical moments in the first,
Yes.
second, and third. And then
Yes.
all the other side is in like the fourth quarter when the fucking 2s and 3s are in. You know what I mean? Or the game has kind of been decided. Or, it's, if they're in the red zone, but they're almost there, but they'll probably make it back up. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as critical positions, but it blows my mind how the differential is really there, but it's not the numbers I mean all the time. It's more of the influence they hit. They impact the game a lot more, which I think that's the part we haven't really been able to figure out how to show that. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
unless you're using the clips and you're grabbing clips, like I think some of the prior, I think it was like Kane's film put together a little bit more of a clip movie that he put on as one of his posts. Unless you're able to go do that, unless you're an opposing fan base watching the Miami game when we're not playing you anymore, and then you can see it with no screens. Because I mean, there was a bunch of Florida State fans on a post of mine that they're like, "Yeah, I didn't realize y'all were getting hit like this." Like,
I got LSU fans telling me stuff in the street when I go to Walmart after the game and they watch the game. Like Frank, y'all getting screwed. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You can see it.
That's my point. It's like, once they take the blinder off, if we're not opposed to you, and then you're just like, okay, I'm watching the Miami game. They're playing Virginia Tech. I'm a blah, blah, blah fan, right?
Yeah.
They sit back and be like, oh, maybe this fan base ain't whining and crying Like,
That's
I would be
legit.
pissed too. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of the difference now is like, yeah, like we've had bullshit calls in the past, you know what I mean? But this is different. This feels more personally driven. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like a vendetta. And I don't feel like there is a way for Miami to combat that. But only thing I would say this: someone on the booster side needs to just pay Mario's fines, and Mario just needs to come out like Dabo and just start saying shit every week,
Yeah.
and just say fuck the fine. I don't care. You already fucked us out of this already, and just become vocal about it. Like, if they're gonna hate you, then be vocal back. Like submitting the replays back to the ACC. The ACC has a compound center, so they can see everything in live time. So what are we really needing to submit? They knew they blew the call. You know what I mean? Like, it's like police investigating police. They're not going to give a fuck. Like, call it out on the national stage so then people can clip it and run with it. And then enough eyes get pointed at it.
I have to address a comment, and I gotta retract because I was one of them. My man Studio, who he's been in the chat, Studio got a lot of hell last year. He says right here, I told y'all this last year, but I was conspiratorial. Now they mad because Notre Dame is ranked higher than best. Studio, I am publicly giving you your props. You called it. You did say that last year. I was on another podcast with him when he said it. He got a lot of stuff, thrown back at him. He was right. I just want to highlight real quick some comments here. And then I'm going to go ahead and show a graphic, and then we're going to open up and bring the callers in because I know the chat, they're ready to get at it. Once again, Studio with another highlight here. He said, even the ref spotting the ball is biased. Go look at how they never give us the correct spot. We have more 3 and short than any team due to them spotting the ball. James Freeman, I wonder if we get a better shake with other conference officials if we get in the college football playoff. That's debatable because when we've had games or we've had SEC officiating, you didn't have all of this foolishness. You really didn't have all of this going on. Day one, Josh Ayers, Miami doesn't have the respect and bias like Ohio State and Alabama. And that's a good point because guess what? Bama and Ohio State would not get holes like Miami does. Like I said, I'm not blaming the refs because obviously you got to take care of your own business. But it's just blatant officiating blunders going on, and they're not even hiding it. Real quick, before I open up the lines and get the chat to come in here, I want to put some graphics up because now it centers towards next weekend. This is the big weekend. Everything's going to play out. The bowl games, the matchups, the playoff spots, all of that gets determined. I want to give the updated ACC standings. So let me go ahead and put this up right here so everybody can see. So as you can see by this graphic, Miami is sitting 5th. Now, Georgia Tech lost last night. They're in a worse condition in Miami because they need everybody to lose in order to get back into contention. They're pretty much done with that loss that they had. So they probably should feel worse than we do because they were in the driver's seat all season. But just think about how different things would be if Miami had beaten SMU. Miami would be number 3, and a victory over Pitt puts them in. That's what hurts. That's what hurts. So now I want to put up what it's going to take because everybody's like, I'm seeing everybody with their own theories. I'm going to give you the exact path to the ACC championship right here. Miami has to, obviously, they got to finish business and win next week, as you can see. So that's number 1. By the way, that game has been announced. It's going to be 12 o'clock on ABC. And I got a theory about that I'll detail in a second. Finally, what help do they need? They need to get losses by 2 of the following 3 teams. They got to have Duke. Look, Manny. They're giving Manny hell, but guess what? Manny has Duke in position. Now I know it probably ain't going to happen, but he's doing his thing. But they need Duke to lose to Wake Forest, which I could actually see that happening. I can see that because Wake Forest
like the 50-50 one.
That's a 50-50 game.
Yeah.
SMU to Cal is more 65-35. I don't see it, but Cal, you never know. I got to see what I got
80-20 on that. I just think Cal looked horrible against Stanford yesterday.
Right. And Virginia to Virginia Tech. Now, obviously, hey, we'll need a miracle. But at the end of the day, you need 2 of those 3 scenarios. I'm going to open up the lines. Rocky, I get it. I know he's 6-5, but in conference play, guess what? You're 6-5. Guess what? Don't matter. Conference play. He won the games that matter. Now, he had a couple of games out of conference he didn't win. I ain't going to get into that. Matter of fact, Rocky, when I put the link up, you can come on and do this and all of that stuff. 90-10 with that Stanford loss. So with that, let me go ahead and let me get the link up. You know how we're going to do it, people. We're going to bring y'all in one by one. Say what you got to say. We're giving y'all 5 minutes max. Get your points in. Have everything. I'm going to bring you in by the order that you guys come in. And give us your thoughts and feelings. So, link is up. Come on through. Bro Rayford, what's happening? What's happening? Good morning. Good morning, bro Rayford. That's the one I'm looking at, Rocky. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that one is gonna be one that probably is our best shot, because Virginia Tech, if they can play kind of like they did yesterday, anything can happen. And Virginia is known for choking in certain games. So, all right, we got our first guest. We got Italian Stallion in the back room. I'm gonna bring him in. Rocky, I see you. You got next. So let me give James his 5, and Rocky, you got next, and anybody else will be coming in after Rocky. What's good, brother?
What's up, guys? How you doing? Hear me all right?
Perfect. Talk to us. What's your thoughts?
Gotcha. Well, AO, you spot on again, man. I'm telling you. And let me just tell you this. For all the people that are in the chat right now just saying that Miami should have handled business, that's not what we're saying right here, okay? But how can you handle damn business if you're getting freaking calls? Larry, there's somebody in the chat that put something up there about that that the referees didn't do those false starts. Well, I will tell you this.
That was Katie Allman.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you this. They sure as hell didn't call the damn defensive line for simulating the claps and everything like that, because why weren't they warned about that? Okay? I mean,
Correct.
That's the type of stuff right there that if you can get away with it, great. But after a while, it's like somebody needs to step up and say something. Now, I don't want to focus too much on that. We're going to get into that tonight. A quick plug for Stallion Speaks tonight at 8 o'clock. And if you missed last week's episode, I called out the trash of who's in charge of the ACC right now, AO. And the truth of it is it's a bunch of Big Ten people. And not to mention, you have somebody that is a Notre Dame former associate athletic director that's the current ACC commissioner, Dr. James J. Phillips, for Christ's sake.
He broke it down last week. He gave a total breakdown. Yes.
I gave you a total breakdown. Watch the first 15 minutes of the damn show. But anyway, enough of that. But I just want this, guys, and I want everybody to really think about this. Why can this CFP just look at it? Fuck the top 10. I'm talking about look at the best of the best matchups, okay? Let's look at it like an NCAA mini basketball tournament, okay? Now, has Miami been perfect? No. There's actually only been really one team that has looked pretty good, and I hate to say it, it's Ohio State. But we're going to see what Ohio State's all about when they start playing a couple of these SEC teams, wherever the games are going to be played. That's when I'm going to see what they're really all about. Not denying what they've done, but what I want is the best of the best to go at it. Because I watched Utah yesterday get absolutely run over by a very mediocre Kansas State team. Very mediocre. And I'm going to tell you this. If Cincinnati had a fucking kicker, they probably beat BYU last night, okay? And there were referee calls in that game that were atrocious. And let me tell you, the Big 12, they are getting smart, unlike the ACC. But my point is this, guys, is that we should want the best of the best to go at it. And the Miami brand sells itself, that market. I mean, I'm going to tell you this. I think that a Vanderbilt would actually beat the shit out of a Utah or a BYU right now, based on how they looked. Watch them kick Tennessee's ass in Knoxville next week. I mean this. And the truth, and here's the thing. And I'm not touting them, but what I'm saying is get the best of the best, the players. Larry, you and me talked last year that, maybe Colorado and Miami didn't take care of business, but how sexy would have a matchup have been with Hunter and Shador against Cam Ward in Miami? It would have been like 80-8. And neither team played defense. It would have been 80-80, and it would have been, and everybody would have watched, okay? But instead, you know what we got instead? We got to watch Indiana get butt fucked on national TV by Notre Dame. That's what we got to watch instead. Do you guys want to see that shit? I want you to look at it without the orange and green glasses on, man, because it's sad when the other people that absolutely hate Miami are rooting for us to get in because they want to watch us get our ass kicked. Or maybe they want us to kick somebody's ass, and they want to see Mario's stupid look on his face. I want to see Mario's stupid look on his face. But the truth of the matter is I want to have
1 minute, Stallion.
I want to have fun watching it this year, guys. I don't want to watch Clemson get butt fucked on their home field by Texas. And I don't want to watch SMU get railroaded again. I don't want to watch James Madison or Navy get absolutely curb stomped by Ole Miss's interim coach because you know Lane Kiffin's going to LSU. And how nice would it be if Ole Miss just screwed the pooch and lost the Egg Bowl with all this distraction? That would bump us up, you know. But listen, at the end of the day, this is what it takes. It's what you have to do. You got to beat the shit out of Pat Narduzzi and fucking Pitt and his 100-0. Oh, I want to win the ACC so bad. Just fucking kill him, guys. I mean, that's all you got to do. Listen, it's always been it's you got to believe. Number one, you got to believe. Number two, it's always been us against the world. And like I said it before at the beginning of the year in one of the many U-Talk pre-shows of the summer, I said, fuck the ACC, fuck everybody in the conference. It's us against them. Just kick Pitt's ass and fuck their world up. I love you guys. Go Canes. Stallion speaks tonight for more, baby.
We'll see you tonight, Stallion. Yes, sir. Love you
bet.
back, brother. Appreciate you.
That was solid.
Yeah. Stallion's
solid.
always going to bring it. Stallion's always going to bring it. All right, we got our next guest, man. He's another day one, man. My guy, fellow crazy Cajun like myself, my brother Rocky from south of I-10, the real Louisiana. What's good, Rock? Hold up, unmute yourself.
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
There you go.
Loud and clear. Go, brother. You good.
All right. At least you understand that South I-10 comment, LFJ. I appreciate that. Hey, yo, what's happening, baby? How we doing?
Good morning, man. Good morning.
I called out trying to investigate these 5 weeks ago. Nobody remembers that, but I said that about 5 weeks ago. These refs need to be investigated in the AFC. It's as blatant and as crazy as hell. Big fuck you to Joey Galloway. Big fuck you to ESPN, who says we survived the scare. Joey Galloway, you're a hater. I hope this finds somehow. This message finds you somehow. Fuck you. Kiss my ass. Explain this to me, fellas. We beat Notre Dame head-to-head.
Mm-hmm.
We both have 2 losses. Notre Dame has 2 losses. We have 2 losses. But somehow, because their 2 losses are better than our 2 losses, we're ranked behind them, even though we beat them head-to-head. Somebody here explain to me how that makes sense.
Hold on. I'm going to pause your time because I want you to make your whole point. I'm going to interact with you. I'm going to pause your time because I'm going to give you your entire 5. I don't want to take away, but I'm going to tell you what happened. After the Louisville game, Miami and Studio said it as well, and I'm going to reiterate it, but this is what happened. They dropped Miami too far after the Louisville game, and guess what? Any other conference takes a loss like that, hell, even in the SEC. Let Alabama, you saw it last year. I forgot who they lost to, but they only dropped them like 6 spots where they were still in position to get back into the college football playoff. That's why they were crying and bitching at the end of the season about wanting to get in because they were so close, when in actuality, they should have been dropped further. They dropped Miami all the way down to 18 into those initial playoff rankings.
Right.
Because of such. Now, after the Louisville loss, we went from like 2 to 10. They wouldn't even give us the full 10. We had to share the 10 with BYU. We were 10A and BYU was 10B. So you dropped us 8 spots in the AP, and then for the initial college football rankings, we're 18? Are you serious? But that's just the answer. It's because they dropped us so low, but continue your point.
Well, my point is this. When you start gauging losses more than you start gauging wins, you got a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
And it's no different from any of the systems that we had before, whether it was a computer or back in the old days, the OAP system. It's still biased, no matter what system you put in place.
Yeah.
Look what Studio just said.
I got a question. I got a question for you both.
Yeah.
So remember Joey Galloway's whole fucking spiel of, well, Notre Dame looks better than Miami, right? I think that's what they've been saying, correct? Mm-hmm. Let's go through that real quick because everybody's talking about the fucking losses. Let's look at their fucking wins. Purdue. Anybody know Purdue's record right now? 2-9.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah, nothing.
Let's go to Arkansas. Pretty sure Arkansas is a 3, maybe 2-win team. 2. Let me pull them up real quick. I think they're 2.
Don't care what Notre Dame's doing. I'm sorry. I don't care what Notre Dame's doing, Katie.
2-9.
We beat them.
And that's
Right.
my
2-9.
point right here. That's my
Right.
point. Real quick, I want to make to this comment, and I'm gonna give it back to you, AO. That's my point. I mean, I get it, but she says because Notre Dame is playing better ball than Miami. I guess so. When you're playing a bunch of sub 500 bums,
Correct.
go ahead, AO. Break it
Everybody,
down.
Boise State. Let's go for their record. So we got a 2-9, a 2-9, let's see, Boise State 7-4, but are they playing anybody? Nope, because they're in the Mountain West still. So probably would be a maybe 500 team if they're in a bigger conference. I'll give them benefit of a doubt, right? Let's see, what else you got on here? You got NC State below 500. Let's go with USC, probably their best quality win. Boston College, don't want to bring up that score, do you? Because that's 25-10. Boston College got one win this year.
1-10.
1-10.
Navy. Anybody know Navy's 7-2, and they're in the American.
In the American.
Amazing. You look really fucking good when you play nobody, by the way. So yes, they do look better because they're playing all Cal versus Stanford teams. If we're only putting Cal and Stanford on our schedule, don't you think we'd be blowing the fuck out too? This is the problem of Miami fans at times, is that we're looking and we're accepting the agenda that everybody's putting out. Notre Dame does not look better than Miami because if you look at the fucking wins, they're shitty wins. That's why they won't mention who they play. Out of all these conversations that are being had, why do you think they keep bringing us up as a quality loss? Because they don't actually have a quality fucking win.
Correct.
You're shitting on USC will not be fucking probably ranked. So they have no quality win at that point because remember, SMU and Louisville were both ranked at a certain time this year. Do they bring that fucking shit up? Nope. So when USC is no longer ranked, we'll try to put them at like 25, right? They'll put them right on that edge so they can keep that little ranking right next to them. Otherwise, Notre Dame has played no one beat no one this year.
Let me address this real quick, and I'm gonna be the last time I address Katie, because Katie has an agenda. And I mean, listen, I'm not a Mario fan. But I'm a college football realist.
But we're Miami fans.
We're Miami fans. Katie's thing is she hates Mario. Like I said, I'm not a Mario. Y'all know this as well documented
Both
on this show.
things can be true.
You know, but at the same time, she's overlooking anything to support her hatred of Mario. She puts comments like this up. I don't think you guys want to talk about beating sub 500 teams. How about that? Well, Katie, I hate to be the one.
Who's the sub 500 team that we lost to?
Here's the thing. Hey, hold up. Here's the thing, Katie. Here's the thing. Notre Dame is not a sub 500 team. We beat them. South Florida is not a sub 500 team. We beat them. Louisville? SMU? No, we lost those games. Wait, hold up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You want to talk about LFJAO? You want to talk about good losses? Last I checked, SMU sitting on the doorstep of his ACC championship game,
second in a row.
Right, but that's my point. Is like we're getting caught up in saying that they're below 500 teams. Like, where? Like, we didn't lose to a Cal and to a Stanford. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's the below 500. Both these teams are still knocking on doors. I mean, I think Louisville kind of dropped off. I believe they're already 6 wins in for their season. But like, I'm confused on why we're pushing a narrative that they're below 500 teams. Like, that's what I'm saying is our downfall at times is like Miami fans are fucking passionate, but we start pushing agendas.
And even if they are sub 500, I mean, you look at Florida, you look at Florida State. I don't even know what Florida's record is right now. I haven't been keeping up with them. Florida State, I know they got to beat Florida to become bowl eligible. Right. I still think the combined records of everybody Miami has played is better than the combined records of everybody else that Notre Dame has played. And for anybody like Katie that wants to get up here and compare apples to oranges here, flip-flop the teams and the schedules. You give Notre Dame Miami schedule, you give Miami Notre Dame schedule, and you tell me if the records are going to still be the same. I promise you, Notre Dame is not going to beat everybody like Miami did, and Miami is not going to, you know, I just can't. But go ahead, man. I just had to get that in.
Yeah, I mean, look, look when I see the propaganda machine start rolling, as you guys alluded to earlier in the show, after we win the game about getting a scare in Blacksburg, are you fucking kidding me? That game was never in doubt. at one point in time. We were never trailing at all. So that combined with the fact that sitting on that committee right now, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the AD of the University of Utah.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the main guys. The main guys trying to sitting over there trying to figure this out right now.
Just added too.
And
Just added a week and a half ago. So I mean that's just great time.
So you tell me how that's supposed to work. The point of all this is look, the bias is in. You guys are absolutely right. The bias is in. The fix is in as it's always been. And relaying this back to Mario, until Mario gets it through his skull that we have to go out there and kick everybody's fucking ass like we should have been doing from the beginning of the year, to your point, LFJ, and stop playing this stupid choir boy act, which I'm so sick of.
Yes.
Because there was a point in time yesterday coming out in the second half where we should have drove a stick into their ass and we start lollygagging again. Even the last drive where they finally decided to throw the ball to Malachi Tony. But before that, I think you had like 5 runs. Jet sweep up the middle, bubble screen. Come on, man. You got to make a statement. I mean, that's what Marcus Freeman knew. That's why he went out and beat Syracuse 70-0. That didn't happen on accident.
Credit to him. He knew
what
he had to do. He saw what was being said all week. I know he saw what's being put in the media. It's a common opponent. He said, okay, Miami, hold my beer. Let me show you how to stomp the shit out of somebody.
Exactly right. And I made the comment yesterday because he understands what's at stake.
Share it.
What you got? Hold up. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So to show everybody what this was.
All right. We got a graphic. Let's check this out.
So yeah, this is what was posted on right after the Miami game. This is how the narrative was pushed, was Miami survived scare. And like Rocky said, it's not just a referee thing. It is not just an ACC thing. It is not just a college football playoff committee thing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a fucking system. It's a system that is trying to tell you, like, to be honest with you, when have you ever heard these fucking pods until this year when all of a sudden Miami and Notre Dame are in the conversation of, well, only one should probably get in? I never heard them say in any year prior that we only take these 3 and only talk about these 3 as a group until this year. Until it's convenient, you're just making up shit. Like, when the best 12 teams gets in was their whole push of narrative, right, last year. That's why Alabama got in over Miami. 9-3, maybe 10-2. We're gonna go back and forth, right? And never before this year was it like, oh yeah, we're not gonna talk about these 2 teams because they're not near each other. They got to be within 3. Like, how ironic that the goalpost changes every fucking year, and then only when Miami fuck out of stuff is then when they go back and be like, I guess we got that call wrong. Maybe we should just do it this other way. And then all of a sudden the system wants to change itself, right? But you can't fight facts. And this is a fact, is you push it onto a fucking network that's been trying to fuck you all year, especially after that loss, and say, hey, it was a really bad loss. To who? How was it a bad loss? Remind me that. How was it a bad loss? Did we get blown out? No. Did we lose that? Did we lose to a team that's, like you guys mentioned, below 500? No. Oh, did we lose to a team that isn't in the hunt for anything? Nope. We lost to a quality team. Yeah, we didn't show up, but you take Louisville and SMU and you play them against Notre Dame. I guarantee Notre Dame isn't walking out 70-7. I guarantee you the fuck that. Full strength SMU, full strength Louisville. I don't think, and even then, I would give it maybe a 60-40 shot that those other teams beat Notre Dame. I didn't think Notre Dame was that good. And you know what? I don't know why we're giving them the benefit of a doubt when we just showed you that they've played fucking no one this year.
Played nobody.
Anyone. And Boston College gave them fits, but we're not talking about that. Like, that's what I'm saying. We don't push the same agendas that fan bases push onto us and make us believe that we don't have quality. We have plenty of quality. Like, they beat Arkansas, SEC. One fucking win. We beat a Florida team that was still in their hunt and still trying to make ways and still trying to make their pathway full strength and beat the dog shit out of them. But we're not going to talk about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we don't always fight our own battles because we start getting sucked into this kind of bullshit where Miami survived scare. No, the fuck we didn't. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we got to remember that there is a whole system out for Miami.
It's subjective. The bias is in, and it's disgusting. And I'm saying, as a Miami fan, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Because after the Utah win, what did they put up for them? They put up, it was a gritty win.
Gritty win.
Gritty win. Not a fucking survive scare. No mention of they needed to look a certain way. It had to do a quality win. They didn't push any of that shit out. You never heard one person say, maybe they shouldn't be in. Not a one.
I'm the most, and everybody that sees me on social media, here on Utah, on other shows, they know I don't bite my tongue. I'm the most critical, real Miami fan you can find. I call the good and the bad, but when it's all said and done, even I have to say the bias. Yes, I said it because of the comments in the chat saying that bias is an excuse. The bias is real. I mean, literally, you led by 2 scores the entire game, and it's a scare. Fuck out of here, man. I'm sorry. But Rocky, man, we're going to get you out of here. We're going to try to get some more calls. But we're going to continue this tonight on Stallion Speaks, man. Come through, man.
Yes, sir. LFJ, me and you with $1 bet today at noon. How about that?
Man, what's your cash app? I'm going to just send you your shit right now, man, because I don't believe in Pittsburgh,
Come on, man.
This Pittsburgh we talking about, brother. This Pittsburgh we talking about.
hey, congrats to St. James last week.
Yeah. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. So,
all right, fellas. Thank y'all. Thanks, AO.
Yes, sir.
All
right, we'll be talking to you, bro. So, yeah, man. It's just crazy right now, man. It's just crazy. Never scared against Virginia Tech, and I knew they would win. I knew they would beat Virginia Tech, and I'm like everybody else. I did want to see a little bit better offensive output, more or less because you knew this was going to happen. If Miami would have dominated Virginia Tech, because listen, you had a freaking freight line company beat Virginia Tech, Old Dominion, that is. They beat the piss out of Virginia Tech.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I thought that was a missed opportunity for Miami. You know, you see what the committee's doing. This guy they talked to last week, obviously he don't like Miami. It took Reese Davis having to ask him about the head-to-head, because in the initial interview, he was talking about the losses. He's putting more weight on the losses and did not mention the head-to-head. So that tells you what the agenda is. You know?
And you beautifully put it is that when Galloway is discussing the Miami and Notre Dame matchup head-to-head, he says what's the QB from Florida State who was on the panel with them?
EJ Manuel. Manuel was arguing in Miami's favor, putting the emphasis on head-to-head.
Yeah, and he goes, so it doesn't matter. And he was like, and Galloway's response was, because that would really matter. That's why Florida State's ahead of Bama.
I saw that.
Right?
I saw that.
So he discredited, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, like these people don't realize that we see you and we can record everything. Anyway, he goes on to the Utah and BYU matchup and goes, head-to-head matters. And the first thing that, they all look over at him like, wait, so it only matters in certain games, but not in other games. That doesn't make any fucking sense. You're literally contradicting yourself. But that's my point, is that all these folks are contradicting themselves when it comes down to Miami only. And full statements can be true. Yes, Miami fucked up on losing their games, but other teams have fucked up too. Keep the narrative the exact same. These are not undefeated teams that we're talking about. We're not talking about teams that are, one-loss teams, and we're comparing our 2 to their 1. It is fucking 2-2. Make that shit the same level playing field. Fine, we both have 2 losses. Who did you beat? Oh, then the narrative gets really fucking blown out of proportion, right? Because then all of a sudden our wins look a lot fucking better and theirs don't. Remember last year, that was what the SEC shit was. Well, look how many people that, Bama's played that are quality wins, and look who Miami played as quality wins. Remember, that's what fucked us out of a lot of games, was like, well, look at Cal's record and look at Florida State's record. And remember, they put those head-to-heads up. Well, Bama's playing SEC opponents who have quality wins,
Mhm.
and they're doing quality wins on top of that. So the narrative changed again. We're not getting the Bama in Miami argument. We're
Mhm.
getting a whole different set of arguments that are fucking us over again. And that's the only narrative I
Right.
have, is that you're not keeping things a buck. You're not keeping it the same on all sides. And that's the problem that Miami fans have.
Right.
I understand the coaching side of shit. I get that. I'm not saying
Yeah.
they're scotch-free
Yeah.
in this,
It's definitely.
but both statements can be absolutely fucking true. You can need to do better as a coaching staff, but you can also not get fucking railroaded by a system at the same fucking time, because
Right.
that one mistake you made is really costing you two, Katie. And that's what I think we're trying to say, is that the false start is one thing, but
Mhm.
when this pushing and pushing and pushing, it's and the other team magically doesn't have any in your whole game. But
Mhm.
then when you watch them play the next fucking week, they have 11.
Yeah.
In the week prior to playing you, they had 12. But magically, the week they play you, they have 0.
Correct.
That's the part that we're trying to really drill into people to understand, that the agenda is there that doesn't make any fucking sense.
People need to understand and call out the agenda. Listen, when you got Danny Cannell and Paul Feinbaum and the plethora of usual Miami haters that are actually
Haters.
arguing in Miami's favor, you
Yeah.
know the fix is in. And like I said,
Exactly.
I'm as critical as anybody can be, but facts are facts.
Right.
And Miami was strategically dropped. Now, here's something I want everybody to watch out for these playoff rankings on Tuesday night. Because Miami won by 2 scores over Virginia Tech, and because Utah barely survived, a bad Kansas State team should have lost. My opinion, not being a Miami guy, just being somebody that it is what it is, Miami should jump Utah.
Correct.
If they keep Utah above Miami,
Yes.
given that,
Given it.
it's a problem.
Exactly.
It's a problem.
And that's all I'm saying, is keep it fucking fair. If quality matters, and all this other shit they're saying, well, we look at the pods and the pods have to look like this. Stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my
That's
life.
bullshit.
That's dumb as shit.
Because at the end of the day, top 12 is top 12, and I get it. You got your top 4 seeds, your conference champions. I get that. But after those top 4 seeds are established, you need to rank the final 8 according to who's the best. And if you do that, you can't tell me that Miami, and I get it, coaching has costed them, but you can't tell me that Miami is not a better team than BYU or Utah overall.
So
go ahead. I got
here,
Lakers all day, and I'm gonna bring them in. Go ahead.
So let's put this in perspective. So you're telling me that a number 7 could play a number 4 in the country, right? Beat the dog shit out of them right now, right? But that number 7 team would not be able to get into the top 3 if the other top 3 were all playing some cornball ass Fathom or community college team that week. You're telling me that 7 couldn't potentially jump to a 3 because they could not be in the same conversation, because a 7 is out of that loop near the 1, 2, and 3. So they would have no way to jump that high. They would have to stay within the 3 through 6.
Correct.
Have to. Or sorry, 4 through 7. They'd only be able to move up 1 spot potentially. And that would be basically flipping them, which is bullshit, because as you saw with some of the Vanderbilt jumps, they've moved further and further up, more than 3 at a time, when they had a weak ass fucking win. Like, to me, it's been dog shit water, and they're going to continue to push the dog shit water, because right now it's the most. I think we're at a pass where which one's more fucking corrupt at this point, the NCAA at its height or this college football committee? We're at that pass of which one's actually more corrupt.
I'm giving a nod to the committee, because
Exactly.
they're pushing the narrative. I mean, you're making it easier for all these SEC and Big Ten schools to get in. And listen, there's no freaking way you should have 5 SEC schools in a field of 12. That's bullshit.
I don't understand is how you have active ADs that are in this. All of them have a stake in this. That makes no fucking sense. Why wouldn't the NCAA have people in place that were non-biased to this, that have no stake into it, to confirm it would be non-corrupt? It's because it goes back to that whole fucking playoff in the first place. NCAA wiped its hands clean of all of this shit, and we don't even address that. They hopped out when NIL got fucking thrown in the loop. Oh, we should do something. Nope, we're not doing anything. I mean, it's gotten to the point where what is the NCAA there for? If you're not running the committees, you're not oversighting anything, you're not doing anything with the referees, you're not doing anything with any of this shit. You see there's corrupt shit. You see that the referees are now posing impactful shit across the board. What is the NCAA for other than a logo? Like, that to me
money.
is the main point.
It's all about making money. Last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna go ahead on and give it to Lakers all day. Let him come on in here and make his point. When Notre Dame lost to Texas A&M at the time, who I believe A&M was like 16th at the time of that loss, they were 0-2, and they should not have even been an AP top 25 team. They should have fallen all the way out. But guess what? They kept them ranked because they knew they had this cupcake schedule the rest of the way that they would probably navigate and run through so they can get them into the playoff. Hey, they could call me a conspiracy theorist, but I'm sorry. You should have not been ranked after you were 0-2 because any other 0-2 team, not from the SEC or the Big Ten or an independent, would be a top 25 team. If I guarantee you, if that had been Miami, they wouldn't have been in the top 25.
Right. Can we there's got to be a way that we can find over the last like 3 seasons when we have ever seen an 0-2 fucking team ever ranked in the first 4 weeks. Like, that's what I think you beautifully put it, because it's quality losses. You lost at the end of the fucking day. You lost.
So now the participation trophy mindset is just taking over college football. Hey, if you got a good loss, we're going to give you credit for it. Fuck out of here.
But do they get that? Do they? If us and A&M, right? If we both fell off the map, and we have like a, we got 3 losses each, right? At that point, where would Notre Dame then rank? You know what I mean? Like, are you still going to put them in the top 10 because you have no quality ranked wins? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you should have dropped down and been fighting your way back up. They literally dropped a little bit and really didn't drop much compared to, like, we dropped more spots from our 1 loss and they dropped from almost doing 2 in a row, which is fucking wild.
Facts, no doubt. Shouts out, man. Rock and Rant for the 199 dono. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. All right, Lakers all day. Let me go ahead on and bring you up in here. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? 5 minutes, man. What's on your mind, bro?
All right. I got a question for y'all.
Go ahead.
Are we a balanced team? Because, like, you see how this game we played, offense was good, right? And then, like, the defense sometimes are not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we a balanced team? Because, like, I feel like we're like a freaking teeter totter. We're like up and down sometimes. Like, one day the defense is good, the next day the offense is good. So what do y'all think?
I'll go first real quick. I think we are. You got to remember, different games, especially in the beginning when you're on defense. Some teams can throw some wrinkles in there. Miami historically has had trouble covering mobile quarterbacks. Mobile quarterbacks has always given Miami problems, no matter who the coach was. And sometimes you just come out flat, man. You know they're going to get plays on you. I think overall the defense is good. We've seen it all season. Are they elite? We got to see about that. But they're definitely good. They're definitely improved from last year. And the offense, when the plays are called right, as you saw yesterday, they can move the ball. It's the play calling. I mean, on the offensive side, it's play calling. You got the dogs on offense to put up 50, 60 points every freaking game. And defensively, you got the dogs to hold everybody at bay. But you're going to have games where, things are going to happen. And so, yeah, I think we are. What about you, Al?
Yeah, I mean, you also have to remember a lot of our key guys on defense who would be there to stop the run are out. I mean, yeah, they attacked a lot of the rush. It was more of a slash and gash type deal, but I mean, Blaze a big force on the defensive line for stopping that run. I mean, Scott and obviously, Tom. I think our defensive side is a little bit more banged up than what we're thinking so far. But we got a lot of young guys actually in there too. But to be honest, are we elite? I would say we're competitive. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we're going to let anybody put up more than 24 points up. But, I mean, do we need to shut out everybody either? I mean, that's not realistic either. I mean, going against any P4 school. I mean, I guess even the whack ass Syracuse team technically scored on Notre Dame yesterday. I mean,
yeah,
teams will score. I mean, would it have been better if it was 34-10 and they didn't get that last second touchdown? You know what I mean? Like, we dominated the game. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to get plays, kind of like Larry Frank said. I feel like we are balanced because we do have the ability to, in critical moments, shut that shit down. But I think we are currently dealing with a lot of injuries, and we're getting some guys a little bit more rotated in this kind of game, which you need. So then when you're playing Pitt next week, they're ready. You know what I mean? Because you're going to need everybody on your 1s, 2s, and potentially 3s to be ready for that game. So I think we're more balanced than you think. I think we had a lot of rotation going on too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, shoot, I like the win. We just need to we just need to be balanced next game because
Mm-hmm.
like we low key have to go in here with like fire on our heads, fly around the ball. Carson Beck don't need to be freaking non-confident. He needs to go there with confidence and throw the ball around. And I like how we didn't really run the ball this game. And see what happens when like you don't run up the middle or you don't go 1-2, run the ball, then 3, then you pick a pass the ball, and then you punt the ball fourth down. See, we didn't do that yesterday. We freaking ran the ball to the outside, threw the ball. You know, we like mix it up. But I just don't understand. Like sometimes it's like we run all 3 downs, and then sometimes we like throw the ball. Like that's what I don't understand.
One thing that had me concerned was the first drive. Why the hell are you running Elijah Lofton? Why?
Yeah, I thought
What
the same
the
thing.
hell are you doing? Like somebody, please, if anybody can justify that, I will cash app you $100 right now. Send me
That
your
was a
cash
weird
app
one.
tag. What the? I'm sorry, I don't want to disrespect.
But I did love the play calling of the first half. I thought we were going to see a little bit more Lofton going down that middle seam. I thought we could keep attacking that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And to Lakers all day's point is like the balancing. Once we find something that works in the game, it seems like there's certain things Dawson will always feel comfortable going back to, but then there's certain aspects of the game he doesn't want to go back to, even if it worked or didn't work. Like getting that tight end involved seems like it's a really hard thing for him to do. Like he can't just stay with the tight end group. He has to get away from them. Like
Because he
it's
wants
like
them to
he
be
has
extra
to go to
blockers.
Right, and he wants to go to Malley, and he wants to go,
Yeah.
scheme towards him, which is fine. But I feel like to make his day easier, because they started kind of getting wise to that little counter sweep, right? Like they were starting to get wise and lock in on it. Sliding that tight end over to the going cross would have been wide open if they would have held the ball. You know what I mean? Like it's just little stuff like that. But otherwise, I like the first half calling. I didn't really like the second half calling as much, but I was
Because you know what, you know what's funny. Okay. So look, I asked my mom. Right, I was like, "Yo, mom." So like, how many screen passes do you see the offense of my Hurricanes doing? She said, there is a lot of freaking screen passes. If you realize that every game we played, we threw a screen pass. So guess what's gonna happen next game against Pitt? We're gonna throw probably like 4 or 5 screen passes to Mallory. You know that, and low key, that might hurt us because all these goddamn screen passes, the defense is gonna know what we're gonna do because we're gonna throw screen passes. Even if we get into the ACC or the playoffs, they're going to know that look, shut down Mallory. What else is there? Because CJ is not playing right now. You know what I'm saying? So if they could just shut down Mallory, what else is they're gonna do? Because you can't throw no screen passes. Come
Well,
on now.
let's be honest. This is where you need to have a wrinkle in how you call the offense. This is where it's JoJo time. This is where if you want a ground and pound, you mix up enough of that. If your offensive line can dominate and you can get 3-4 yards on first down, now you can do play action and go over the top to JoJo, who I trust him to beat whatever defenders they got. Use the tight end seam with Lofton. Lofton introduced us to who he was last year. I believe it was against Florida in garbage time with a long play or whatever. So Lofton has it. Like, this is your time. Everything is on the line. open the playbook up, and show your ass next week. Bottom line.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
Like everything. You shouldn't have, with Miami's playbook at this point of the year and with almost everybody back, you shouldn't see any of the duplication of plays, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, you should have every wrinkle to the point where even if you show up in the same formations, you really shouldn't see the same play. Because, I mean, like you said, you have to utilize every weapon you have against Pitt, every fucking thing, because everything's on the line. Like, I think this is, for us, really is our first playoff game. Like, you have to do everything you can to win this game. Like, every fucking thing.
Yeah.
And real quick before I get you out of here, Lakers, I think with Pitt, I haven't watched them too much, but thing about Miami is I've noticed that chunk plays are really getting done on the ground. You're seeing a lot of chunk plays on the ground.
Yeah.
I think if Pitt wants to toss it up in the air, I trust our secondary. Our secondary has proven they can defend in the air. Jacoby Thomas, he can pick off passes. I think we'll neutralize them in the air. I just worry, can we hold them in check on the ground? If we can stifle the run game, I think we'll be okay.
You see, and yesterday, it seems like our defense likes to go to one side and just home on that side, and then they cut back to the right. Like the last play, they went up the middle, and then our defense went to the left, and then they cut back the running back cut back to the right for a touchdown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's the linebackers that we have.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
was
saying?
saying
And
the
that's
linebacker play has been kind of. I like Torre, but I feel like he's been struggling week after week.
Loki, he been
And
struggling since the first game. You know that, right? He been struggling since the first game, but the
it's been
DC
getting
coach
worse.
don't realize it because he's a transfer guy, and he, you know what I'm saying? Like Loki, Chase Smith is a better linebacker than him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Popo, hello, play those guys. Don't be playing number one.
Hold up. No, Ham and Ian Coleman, we're not ignoring Marion. That's why I said open up the playbook. I mean, we recognize it. Go back and look. I got receipts on this show. I do not like the fact that Tony is the focal point of the offense. I feel Marion and Josh Moore and JoJo, all of them should be getting integrated more and more every week and take the pressure off of Tony. I know Tony is the X factor and the playmaker, but yeah, nobody's ignoring them. We've been saying that you need to open up and use the other guys.
You got to, because if you don't, they low key can just lock on Tony, and then just like let the other guys beat us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we don't want that. We want Tony to get his. We want everybody to get his. But if you just lock it on one receiver, that's not good for us and that one receiver.
And I guarantee you, if Miami finds a way, and I'm going to let you out of here after this Lakers all day, we're going to try to get another call before we get out of here. If Miami finds a way to get in the playoff, if it happens, you better believe one of them coaches is going to have a lock on Tony, and then what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I know. That's why I'm saying it now, because I know it's going to happen. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
brother, we appreciate you, man. Have a great Sunday, man, and we'll be chiming and chatting it up.
All right, bet.
Yes, sir. But I want to say this, AO, and I'll put the link up, man. We only got a couple of minutes. We'll be on here for about another 15, 20 minutes. We're going to get out of here. Try to take one more call. I want to shift now to next week. The game has been announced for 12 o'clock. Me and James Freeman had a conversation this morning about this. The game has been shifted to next week, 12 o'clock on ABC. Here's the thing that bothers me about that. This is why, and like I said, I don't like to go the conspiracy theory route, but let's be real. You have a weekend of Ohio State, Michigan. You got the Iron Bowl, Auburn, Alabama. You got all these matchups, all these big-time rivalries to end the regular season next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Why in the hell, if Miami's playoff and ACC championship games are on the line, why are they first and not last or in that middle slot or whatever? I'll tell you why. Because nobody in their right mind is going to watch these other ACC games that's going to determine Miami's future. So they're going to put Miami at the top spot because they know. You know what game follows Miami and Pitt? LSU and Oklahoma. Guess what? as a Tigers fan, it's killing me. But I gotta say, go Tigers to hope Oklahoma can lose next week in Norman, which
Yeah.
won't happen. But I still gotta
Right.
hope for it. For Miami to
Yeah.
get in. Same thing with the nightcap with Auburn. Those 3 games, though, that's the triple header next week. Miami's the 12, Oklahoma LSU is the 3, and the night game is the Iron Bowl. They knew what they were doing. They knew
Oh, yeah.
what they were doing.
Yeah. And I feel like you said, like, I feel like we have to give credit to Pitt, right? It's going to be a quality game.
It will.
But
They should be
they
ranked,
are,
too.
yeah, they should be ranked. And to me, it's Miami needs to take care of business because they still should be able to dominate this game. If we're talking playoff and with ACC championship game, then this is a game where you prove that you're in that conversation for sure. Like,
Yeah.
you don't just walk up and, you basically treat them like Virginia Tech. Like,
Right.
it needs to be this type of response to that. Like, you left no doubt. You know what I mean? Like, that little percentage of win victory points never drops below 90. Same
Right.
deal. Like, you go into their house and you take over it. What you should have did at SMU, you should have walked in and took over their house. Like, you don't let them play. You don't sit there and say, "Oh, it's cold out here." You should be excited because, realistically, if you do make it to the playoff, you're damn sure not going to get a home game. So you better be ready for wherever they fucking send you. You go out to Eugene, is that really going to be the excuse for getting the ass whooped by Oregon? Like, well, it was cold out here. No one wants to hear that shit because Texas travels. Everybody fucking travels. Like, you have to learn to get past this whole narrative of, well, Miami doesn't do well when it's cold. Well, then, sorry. Then we're never going to fucking win anything. You know what I mean? And that's just the thing is we can't give excuses that every other team can play with as well. Like, put on winter gear. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to do this stuff, but to me, it's you have to walk. You know what I mean? Like, you got to dog walk fucking Pitt, and you can't just give them they're a really complete team. Nope. Because right now they're not ranked, and next week they'll probably be 22. And if we beat them, they'll be unranked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll walk them right on out. So that quality win will only last for a minute. So I feel like to me, it's you got to blow them out and make the ACC be like, oh shit, if there is a tie, we need to put Miami in there, like somehow.
Because if you look at the body of work at that point, if Pitt is ranked, it gives you a ranked win over Notre Dame, a ranked win over South Florida, and a ranked win over Pitt. Did we have any other ranked victories this year that I could think of?
Trying
to think.
South Florida, Notre Dame, South Florida. Florida was on the cusp, but then they lost. Florida State was ranked before we played them, and then fell off the map.
Right. Right.
I think us playing Florida State was the first week they were not ranked.
Right. And the same with Florida, because Florida, I remember that one. Florida was ranked number 10
they were in the 20s, weren't they?
Or 20. They were in the 20s when they lost to LSU.
Let me see real quick.
Yeah.
Pull them up.
Because coming into the season, they were ranked. Florida State was not ranked. And had Florida State not lost to Virginia the Friday previous, that would have been a top 5 matchup because Florida State, I believe, was number 7 going into the Virginia game.
Yeah, because I thought Florida was like 19 when they lost, something weird like that to South Florida.
Yes.
Oh, where's it at?
The same Florida State team that beat Alabama. So, if
they were 13th when they lost to South Florida.
Okay. And that knocked them out, correct?
That knocked them out.
Okay.
So then when they played Miami, they were not ranked.
They were not ranked.
Which they should have been probably still ranked because that means they dropped over 12 spots for a loss.
Right. So
which is fucking wild.
And it was like a 1-2 point loss to South Florida, if I recall.
2.
Right? 2-point loss. So there you go. Yeah. So how do you drop a team 13 slots for? And I get it was South Florida, but still. They should have still been ranked, even if.
But that's a funny thing. Florida won a game prior to that, so a 1-1 Florida team dropped 12 spots, but an 0-2 Notre Dame team only dropped down 8.
They started at 5 because Miami was 10 in the season opener, and then after Miami beats them, where did they fall? Did they fall down? I think they were still top 10 when they were 0-1, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think they dropped down to like 11. I think they put them
11.
out of the 10,
Yeah,
and then they were like in that cusp over. Oh, I can check.
they
I
didn't
can
go
check.
below 20.
Aggies. No, no.
I think they were still like 19th or 18th or something at 0-2.
Yeah, because when we played South Florida, they got ranked, and then when we played
Yes,
Florida, they were no longer ranked.
yes,
And then
yes.
oh, oh, we beat a ranked Florida State team.
That's what
By
I
the way,
thought. Yeah, because they were 7th going into the Virginia game and they lost. So
yeah, you're correct. So
you're
you
gonna
got
have
yeah,
potentially 4 ranked victories if Pitt is ranked and we beat them.
yeah,
And that with a head-to-head over Notre Dame, and that holds no substance over a team that has what, 1 ranked victory?
one,
Yeah, over
and that's
Oregon.
a
I'm
20
Michigan.
USC.
I'm sorry. USC.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Because
a
they did play
20.
Michigan, right?
Uh,
Because I think Michigan was unranked. I might be wrong. Or
I
did they
don't
not?
think so.
Okay.
So they had Navy, Pitt, USC's us A&M are the 2 ranked losses.
Mm-hmm.
USC is the only ranked win. Oh, and Pitt. They beat Pitt. So they have 2 ranked wins with Pitt and with USC.
So a potential ranked Pitt team would give Miami double the ranked victories
Correct.
with a head-to-head, but sitting out.
With like 3 common opponents that, yeah, somehow it just gets negated.
Ah, man, you can't make this up, people. You can't
No,
make this
it's
up.
just
You can't make this up.
yeah, it's
That's
just
what I
it's
was thinking. Michigan beat
oh,
USC.
Michigan beat USC.
Yeah, that's why I was getting confused because historically they always played each other on Notre Dame's schedule. But yeah, man. I mean, bottom line is next week Miami has to handle business. We can't worry about nothing else. Everything's going to play out. I tell you
Yep.
what, man, it'll be poetic justice. And I mean, I listen. If there's ever a time I want to be a conspiracy theorist, I think I'll be one right now. Wouldn't it be cool if ESPN got the script? And the script was, let's just rank Miami right now for illustration purposes because we're going to have all of these losses. Hey,
Right.
Duke, you got to lose. Hey, SMU, you got in last year. You can't do it. Wouldn't it be beautiful if Miami backdoors their way into the ACC championship
Oh
and
my
wins
God.
it and gets that automatic bid?
Yeah. Out of all
Like I
this
said, I'm
shit,
talking crazy, but
out
poetic
of all the
justice.
scenarios,
Yes, and then
yeah.
coming off of last year when Miami backdoored their way out by losing,
Yeah.
bro, that would be awesome. But once again, I digress. AO, we're gonna go ahead on and get up out of here, man. I don't think we're gonna get no more calls, man. Give you an opportunity to give some departing words, my brother.
I think we've made it very crystal clear today. Like I do believe that Miami has the opportunity to continue improving itself on the offensive, defensive side. I think injury bugs have happened, and yeah, I think it's been great to see that they got those guys in at the right time, right? And got our second guys and third guys really a lot of reps last game, and they did well. Like, yeah, there was some slashes and some gashes, right? That stuff can get cleaned up. Also, I'm not trying to downplay Virginia Tech, but I do believe that the team also knew they had that game firmly in hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think some of those plays where you're kind of giving a play off, right? I think next week I shouldn't have to say this. I don't think it'll be this way, but this team should absolutely know that everything's on the fucking line, and everybody should come out there with every hair on fire at this point, right? Where I feel like we stomp on Pitt because we're hype. You know what I mean? Like I think Pitt's going to expect to see the same Miami team it's always heard about, and some of those guys have played against, where
Mm-hmm.
they come out a little slow, they come out a little cold. I think Miami comes out, and what I would really love to fucking see is Miami come out there with like heaters, like heater fans. It'd be like, yeah, we're ready for this shit. We're not gonna be standing by them. We just have them there for show. We are gonna be on fire for you. Like this is what we're coming here to do, and that to me would put the selection committee on notice. It would put the country on notice of like, oh, like Miami's just walking through people in November. Oh,
Right.
okay. So all the narratives have kind of been, maybe we can't push that narrative. Maybe they are the best team out of these 4 that we're trying to kind of size them up against. I feel like Miami has to leave no doubt. And I think it's finally gotten to the point with, like you said, with the coaching staff, with the players, with the administration, there is no one coming to your aid. There is no one going to come and help you. There is no friends in this fucking business. It does not matter how you beat somebody. Fucking beat them. Like, you need to just beat them. And you keep your I really understood, like, yesterday's, like, keeping the starters in. If this was weeks ago, I'd been like, why the fuck is Beck still in? Why is Tony in? Why are our key guys in still?
Yeah.
You know now why. Like, we had to have that last touchdown. Because if it was only a 10-point victory, that scare shit would have been all over the place today.
Yeah.
10-point would have been everywhere. Oh my God, they only won by 10.
Miami survives.
Right. Like,
when they never trailed.
It didn't matter that there was 3 fucking hot dog water fucking plays in a row of, like, questionable shit that got them to the 2-yard line. You know what I mean? And like I said, like, we need to work on our tackling. And I think that the linebackers they need to have a little bit better rotation, because I do feel like that middle linebacker spot's really struggling right now. So I feel like that spot needs to be rotated a little bit better, especially in critical downs, because that tackling is a concern. I feel like even our defensive line, like, you get so much push, but they're just missing some of those key grabs to take that quarterback down. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get to the quarterback and actually wrap him up and get them down. There were so many plays yesterday that were extended past the point when we had hands on them and just couldn't grab them. And we've seen that for weeks at a time. But, like, I feel like almost like we need to do almost a 2-step delay, then rush, because we're getting so much push that all that QB is doing is taking 1 step up, and he has the whole clear view of the field. But I feel like Miami's a top 10 team. You know what I mean? Like, I'm confident saying that. Like, we do deserve to have that chance of being in one of these 2 games, right? Of the championship or the playoff. It's going to really come down to, honestly, is us. Like, can we get out of our own fucking way for once in a game that really, really matters? Like, these last 3, yeah, they've mattered, but you should have handled business anyway. Especially if 2 of those games are like, whatever. But this game is really going to show you who you are. Like, you either deserve to be in the playoff because you've earned it, or not so much. And everybody's narrative about you was kind of the right. You know what I mean? Like, you got to show people that you actually want this, not waiting on a hope and a win for other people to lose, but fighting for your win to just make it a demolishing of somebody. You should want to go into their house and wreck their whole fucking logo, because that's what everybody wants to do when they come to Miami. They don't want to beat you. They want to fuck your logo up. You know what I mean?
They always do. Every
time. Every fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, we should want to go in there and just fuck your whole logo up to the point where, like, I hate putting Miami on their schedule. You know what I mean? But we have to, because that's how it should be. Is what do we used to call it when we would beat Florida State? Now we have Hard Rock North.
Hard Rock
North.
What I mean?
So, like, that's what we need to start establishing in our mind is Hard Rock is going to be a traveling fucking location. It needs to travel to Hard Rock Super North in Pittsburgh, Hard Rock North in Charlotte, Hard Rock North in anywhere else that we play. It should be that way, because you should be like, I don't want to bring Miami into here because, 1, their fans are fucking obnoxious, which I love that. And 2, they come into our fucking house, they drink all our alcohol, they eat all our fucking food, and then they take over the fucking spot all goddamn weekend. Don't put them on our schedule. I want ADs to hate us more than they already hate us. Like, you don't want to put us on the schedule? Well, run your conference. You know what I mean? Like, make them fear you versus make putting the bullseye on our back that we're their Super Bowl. Do you think, like, primetime Bama, primetime Ohio State, do you think teams go into that game like, oh, we're gonna be their Super Bowl? No, they're like, fuck, dude, we got them on the schedule this week. Well, it might be a business decision today. You know what I mean? I got that 2nd or 3rd round draft spot, but if I play against this game and get hurt, maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm sitting. I'm going to have a mystery.
Got that cramp going.
No doubt. We're going to put a bull on this. Oh, real quick, any shows you got this week at Miami Mayhem? Anything y'all got going on?
Yep, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern for the regular show, and then our tailgate show will be the last one for the season. That'll be probably the 10 o'clock spot in the morning on Saturday. It'll be early, but we'd always do kind of a pregame one. Usually Lex is at that game, so we'll see like the parking lot view or the tailgate. I'm not sure if he's going to that one. I'll have to double check, but usually we'll have something for the pregame.
Cool. So y'all lock in. Check out the Miami Mayhem show with AO. Lex, lock in with them. Check out Rebels with a Cause. Myself and James, we're going to continue this conversation tonight where you think, hey, listen, the doors are coming off tonight. Just be there or be square. A couple of quick announcements I want to give before we get out of here. First of all, the U-Talk podcast app. If you have it, you know how we get down every week for Miami games. That chat is jumping, people attacking each other just like Miami fans do. Yay! You know, like I said, violence. Download it as you see right here as it is, You Talk Podcast. Space it out, type it as it is right there in the capital letters and your Apple or Android sources. Go get that. Tomorrow night, we are going to have Real Talk, and on Real Talk, it's going to be the debate. So backstory real quick I'm going to give. Stallion, at the end of last week's show, came on, and we were talking about women becoming the new men. You know, how women are actually stronger, you know, than men in a lot of cases. Myself and my little sis, Shy Blue. So Stallion came in at the end of the show and said that, you know what? I ain't going to tell you. I'm going to show you. Check this out. Tomorrow night, the preview.
Tell him we don't be doing that. Please tell him.
James Freeman's. Oh, Lord, James, we got to get up out of here, James. James.
Oh, that's a lie. That's a whole nother episode. Men
that's a whole nother episode.
It. Cut the tape.
Hey, that's a wrap. Listen, we about to be up out of here. Because, listen, it's
so you about to have me go off. Y'all won't cheat if you get it. What? Oh, please, let that be the next episode then, because I got a lot to say about that. You gotta be kidding me.
You want to run it?
You gotta be kidding me. Let's run it.
Next week, y'all come back in. Shy, you know what? And I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna let Shy lead that one. Next week, Shy gonna lead the charge on that one.
That's crazy.
And guess what?
I can't even type those words on there.
Hey, guess. Yeah, so tomorrow night on Real Talk, you got to come through. Stallion and Shy are going to be debating. We're going to have 3 rounds on whether or not men, if they get everything they want for a woman, do they still cheat? It's going to be fireworks. Hey, tap in. Chris Kane, I see you, my brother. I'm sorry, bro. We're getting out of here. I wish I could take you, but time is up right now, bro. But come through tonight on Stallion Speaks, man. James will have you. We'll have you on tonight. But yeah. Tap in tomorrow night on Real Talk. No show this week, no hype show, obviously, because Thanksgiving is happening on Thursday. And real quick, I just want to wish AO, you, your family, everybody watching, a happy Thanksgiving. You know, blessings to everybody. Thank you. And if it's one thing I could say real quick that I'm thankful for, I know my brother D will say the same thing. I think I could speak for him on this. We are thankful for all you guys locking in with us and tapping in with us. Thankful for the team. AO, thankful for you joining me on this thing every week, man, as we talk Canes football. And just show love to everybody, man, and enjoy your time with your families this holiday season, because you never know, man. We're not promised tomorrow. So if you can enjoy it while you got your families now, definitely take advantage of that. But, yeah, man, we're going to get out of here. We're going to put a bow on this thing. Great show, man. We appreciate all the comments. We appreciate all the interaction. And bottom line, y'all know how we start every show. Y'all know how we end every show. Ain't no us without you, baby. Canes are going to do it next week. We got Pitt, 12 o'clock on ABC. Let's see if we can finish this thing. And check them playoffs out, them playoff rankings on Tuesday night, because I got a feeling it's going to be some bullshit going down. But hey, the show's over. We're going to talk. Come to Stallion Speaks tonight. We're going to talk about tonight on Stallion.
I'll be there.
No doubt. Appreciate you, AO. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great Sunday, and we'll see you on the next time on You Talk.
Yo, hey, check this out. This isn't just a podcast. It's family.
Let's go, Canes. the #1 podcast in the show.
Yo, what's going on, everybody in Utah? Just want to let you know.
Ain't no me.
There ain't no me.
It ain't no me.
Without you.
Without you, baby.
Without you, baby. Go Canes.
It's you talk, baby.
It's that you talk. You heard me? Veteran in this game, bringing pain to all these amateurs. Been winning for too long, so they had to change the parameters. Any competition, we sweeping them up like janitors. We using the air without the need for nasal cannulas. Looking to the stands, I'll be laying for the cameras. Big wins every single week.
My name is Mr. Magic. If you're looking for a podcast that's real and down to earth, it's all about Utah. There's no me without you, baby. Bust a move.
The people show, this is you talk, yeah, the people show. Coming to you live with Frank and Devin. Go on, tell them what they need to know. This is you talk, yeah, the people show. Look, we gonna tell you what you need to know.
It's you talk, baby.
What you need to know. Hey, it's the people show.
It's you talk, baby.